This EMA cloud setup makes every trade either completely obvious or completely invisible. There's no in between. The trade is sitting right there in front of you, or there's nothing on the chart worth touching. Now, most traders think the way out of bad trades is to read the chart better, get more practice, and add more confirmation. And when they hesitate or enter a trade that wasn't really there, they say it's a discipline problem. But it's not a discipline problem, and the fix isn't to study more. The cloud already tells you the trend in seconds, up, down, or neither. But the trend is only half of it. The same cloud also tells you whether there's a trade worth taking in the first place. That's the half nobody uses, and it's the difference between a clean entry and getting stopped out. I can look at any chart and know in about 5 seconds whether to touch it, and most days I don't. So in this video I'll show you precisely how to read the cloud in every situation, and by the end of it, you'll know when a real trade is there, and when there's nothing. So you turn your screen off instead of handing back a week of gains. Now, reading the cloud properly is where everything starts falling into place. Getting a read of the trend is pretty simple. It's just whether the cloud is sloping up, down, or sideways on your current time frame. And I'll link a video here that goes more in-depth on that if you need to set it up. But the cloud is great for getting a quick and clean read since it smooths out what would otherwise be noisy and confusing price action. The problem with stopping there is that there's always a slope. The cloud is always pointing somewhere. So there's no clean line that separates being in a trade to not being in a trade. It's easy to justify being in almost any trade. And we don't want that, because that's where a lot of trading rules break down and you start making moves outside the plan. So a cloud that's clearly sloping up will tell you there's a potential trade there. And a cloud that's moving sideways or looks thin will tell you there isn't a trade. A cloud that's too thick will also tell you there isn't a trade. So reading the cloud isn't just about reading the trend using the slope. It's also about the quality of the slope. It's about how close or far the price is relative to the slope. That's what takes us from a trade potentially being there to a trade becoming obvious. It's about being able to read the quality of the cloud. And knowing the quality of the cloud is actually pretty simple. You just need to look at the trend, the width, and the distance from the price. If all three of those things align properly, you're looking at a high-quality trade. And if one of those things start to stray off in either direction, then it becomes a lower-quality trade. So let's say, for example, you have a cloud that has a healthy slope upward. It's not sloping up too heavily and it's not too flat. It's a normal trending cloud that you've seen working many times in the past. This is a good sign. You also notice that the width of the cloud is solid. It's not too thin, which would imply weak or uncertain price action, and it's not too wide, which would imply that the price has gone parabolic and dragged the cloud with it, which would make it unstable. You have a healthy middle in both the slope and width of the cloud, which is exactly what you're looking for. Now, to complete this, you would need price action to be a reasonable distance from the cloud. That would be what makes an obvious trade. But if price action is much further than normal, then it's a lower quality trade, because that means the price probably doesn't have enough structure to continue higher yet. It got too ahead of itself. The cloud can still look healthy, but it needs to move closer to the price for the price to actually develop structure and then bounce off it. The price can still keep running here, but it's not as stable and reliable as if it had the cloud supporting it. So now you know whether a cloud is healthy or whether something's off. But a healthy cloud on its own is not a trade. It's just a healthy cloud, because reading the cloud only answers half the question. It tells you which way the market's leaning and how strong that lean is. It doesn't tell you where you're allowed to act on it. It doesn't tell you exactly where to enter and exit, because it's just a momentum and trend indicator. So we have the direction, but when it comes to entry and exit, we need to be a little more precise. This is where supply and demand levels come in. We mark the actual price levels that the market will move toward. The price leaves one, travels, and gets pulled into the next. That's how we're going to get our accurate entry and exit points, without exiting too early and missing a large part of the move, or exiting too late and missing out on taking profit. The market moves in phases, so it'll break out, then consolidate, then break out, then consolidate, then break down, then consolidate, and it continues. And I'll link another video here that tells you exactly how to get those set up. But when it comes to finding a high-quality cloud, we just want to capture the breakout part, from one consolidation point to another. What the market does after this is not our business. It can either continue going that way or reverse. But it doesn't matter because we secured our one clean, high-probability trade. And those aren't easy to come by in this market. So once we find one, we want to lock in the profit and not give it back with another trade. Because if you take regular trades, you'll end up giving most of it back, if not all of it, and probably even more than that. But if you take high quality trades, then you keep most of that profit and stack your gains a lot faster. So here's where it becomes obvious. When the cloud is healthy and has slope, width, and price distance all aligned, that's an obvious trade setup. We want to make sure the price is at a level so we can enter and exit precisely. And specifically, we want to look for a breakout of the level. So we would wait for the price to hit the edge of this level, then enter the trade and target the beginning of the next level. And this does two things. One, it makes sure the price has a maximum chance of leaving the level, and it makes sure you capture the profit without overstaying your welcome. If the price isn't at a level, it doesn't matter how clean the cloud is, we don't enter the trade, because we don't have a clear way of entering and exiting the trade. So that's where you start getting the distinction of whether a trade should be invisible or obvious. What ruins traders is the middle, the part where you're uncertain if you should enter a trade or not because it looks decent. And that would be trades like a cloud, which doesn't look super healthy, but is in a level, or maybe a cloud that looks healthy but isn't at a level. These trades will have more chop, a lower win rate, and will just generally be more difficult to trade and hold. That's where mistakes start taking place and compounding very quickly. But if you only take trades when the cloud is healthy and the price is at a level, those mistakes slowly fade away because you're only filtering for the highest probability trades possible. And the more trades you take like this, the more confident you'll feel in the next trade, which reduces mistakes even further and gives you more confidence. It's an upward spiral, and that finally allows you to compound your growth and scale instead of compounding your mistakes and always starting from zero. Now, when it comes to the invisible part, most of your day is going to be invisible. An invisible chart is just one where the two halves never line up. We don't get cloud alignment or the price doesn't enter a level or neither. That's when you do nothing. And by nothing, I don't mean staring at the chart waiting for it to happen. I don't mean thinking about the market and what could happen next. I mean complete detachment. As in, the market doesn't exist in your environment or even in your thoughts until your setup appears. The rest of the time, you aren't involved at all. That's what I mean by invisible. And this is what makes sure that your trades and execution is as clean as can be. You're not fatigued by previous price action or market news, and you don't have any emotion or bias from anything that happened before. That's where your trading is the cleanest. Now, the read itself is simple. The hard part is running it the same way every day. Inside my accelerator program, that's the whole focus. I work with you one-on-one to find only the obvious setups, skip the invisible ones, and trade the same size and rules every session until it becomes automatic. You'll also have access to a custom indicator and a trading community. If you're interested, the link's in the description. So let's see how that would work in the real market on ES futures. Now this is where the market opened. We have a very large green opening candle here, but we're not in a level yet, so this is currently invisible. We would only consider a trade once we've broken out of the supply level, so what we do is set an alert at the edge of our level and then only open the chart when that hits. And in this case, we wouldn't really need to wait long because it happens in the next few candles. Now here our alert got triggered, so we're primed to enter a trade. The first thing we do is look at the cloud. We want to verify whether the slope, the width, and the price's distance is aligned. So let's start with the slope. The cloud was flat before, but it started sloping up recently. The last few candles have been very bullish, so they've been dragging the flat cloud up with it. The slope here is bullish, and it checks out. The width of the cloud is a separate issue. Since the cloud here was flat before, it was very thin, so the price hasn't really had much time to develop a wide cloud. That might be a problem because if we look in the past, we see that previous moves had to have pretty thick clouds to sustain their trends for multiple levels. And of course, before any trend change, you do need to wait for the cloud to develop. But those are a lot riskier than a more fully developed cloud. So the width of the cloud isn't that strong. And the third thing is the price's distance from the cloud. Now, a good rule of thumb for this is that you should be able to place your stop loss near the cloud when you enter a trade, and that would usually be around halfway between the two levels, in the middle of the white space. If the cloud is a lot further than that, chances are the price is overstretched. And that would be true in this case. since the cloud isn't anywhere near the middle of the level. Now, this trade could technically still take off here. It's not impossible, but you don't really have probability on your side. And the last thing you want to verify is the higher time frame. So we're on the 5-minute, and we want to zoom out to the 1 hour here to get another perspective. And the 1 hour cloud is also bullish, which is a good sign, but it's also fairly wide. And the price itself is also quite far away from the cloud when we compare it to moves in the past. So all of this points to the fact that we're bullish, but may need to wait for the price to develop a little. Let's see what that looks like in the next few candles on the 5-minute. And we ended up topping out shortly after, consolidated, and then recovered and started moving back up. This is the consolidation that the price needed to finally build enough structure to push higher. So if we enter long here, we see that we're able to put our stop where the cloud is and under market structure. The cloud slope, width, and distance here is basically telling us that the market is primed and ready to break higher. So we target the next level and wait for it to hit our target. And it gets there. Price builds its structure, breaks higher, and runs clean into our target. One obvious trade start to finish. But the part most people miss is what happened before the entry. The first time price was tagged at that level, it looked like a trade, with green candles, and the cloud turning up. But the right thing to do was wait. The cloud was thin, and the price was overstretched. So you did nothing. Then it consolidated, built structure, and that same level became obvious. That's the skill. So that's the EMA cloud setup from start to finish. Reading the cloud slope, width, and distance, using supply and demand levels to turn a healthy cloud into an obvious trade, and executing it on ES without hesitation. Once you see the market this way, it's hard to unsee. A trade is either obvious or it's invisible. Most days you do nothing, and that's your edge. Now be sure to check out the accelerator if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video.